And then, For the Love of Money, what was it about that song that you thought you could do your own version of?
Just, I one of my favorite R&B bands was the OJs, you know, and I've always wanted to recut that song in a rock way.
Yeah.
And I brought it to Lonnie.
And money's always a topical subject.
And I was thinking with Lonnie's bass, that bass that he plays, just that, if we could get that, it change it around a little bit, make it more rock, so that's what we did. We just arranged it in a different fashion, then put the guitars other than than the way the OGs originally had it. And so when we eventually finished it, Ted was thinking that was going to be our single. And we were like, no, we can't, we're not a cover song. He goes, but this is not even the cover. You've created this new thing. So, and it's like, oh no. So one day he called us and he goes, listen, I just did this mix on Smooth Up. Come on in, I think it's a single. So plays it for us. We're like, the single, yeah. So it eventually, oversaw money, but the money.
Yeah, you don't want to open with a cover.
Yeah, and
because you're a writer.
The guys didn't want to really do it. I mean, I didn't get the feeling that any of those guys, the original guys, wanted to do that song.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they just didn't think it was the right thing, and Ted thought it was.
Maybe they didn't grow up with it like you did.
No, Lonnie knew it was going to be cool, but it's always this, this thing, and it's like, oh, it's going to be great, and make it, okay, I'll do it, so that's how that came out. But.
Sure. Now, obviously, your life changed overnight at that point. You got MTV, you got the big machine at Warner behind you.
Yes.
It's all the record stores and everybody was popping.
Right.
And what was that like? Was it like a kid in a candy store? Like, man, I dreamed about this forever.
It was amazing. It was amazing, and exciting, scary. Just just this run of emotions that was, you think you've waited it for a long time. I was like, 24, 25, and whatever, and young, and just going like, God dang it, man, we worked so hard, and we continued to work hard, we worked our butts off, but, and I worked my ass off, really hard in that thing. It was.
No, I remember seeing you guys playing with Poison and Slaughter at Irvine Meadows and all those big shows.
Yeah, man.
Just exciting to see it come to life like that.
Yeah, we all worked really hard.
Yeah. Now bring us up to date. Tell us all about the new album, the new players you got with you. I know you got half of Odin in the band.
Yeah, we're yeah. Well,
Eric
really
and Sean from
that.
Odin.
Yes.
Those guys gave me their demo in like '81. I was managing Steeler, and I remember Sean coming over to my house with their little cassette, man, with the handwritten Odin on it. So the boys are in the band.
Listen, myself and Nick Ross, we've been together for almost 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
I basically kind of got pulled back into the thing. I was doing some other things, and I wanted to do this not for myself, but for the fans. I'm not a person that tries to do things for myself, but for music's sake and for the audience that we left behind and didn't continue on with. So I really wanted to do something special for them. So that's why we recreated and started something else. I talked to Lonnie about it, and Lonnie's had his bouts with his demons also, and his incarcerations and different things that have happened in his life that weren't we weren't able to get him to where he was in the past. So I had to move on, and wanted to write some new music, and wanted to do something special, put together a new band with the help of Nick Ross, which was Nick, Johnny G, and C-Mac. So we put this thing together, and we just started working, and eventually we put out 10 Cent Billionaire with the record company. We hit number 6 on Billboard Internet with Road to Nowhere. So that was a big achievement for us and for the band to actually have something hit again.
Yeah.
Well, the record label fell apart, and they couldn't push that record anymore, so it ended up doing that. So we just ended up just keep on playing and playing and going out and, you know, really playing for the fans, and so they can, you know, reinventing the music and what have you. I decided that it was time for the band to be a a four-piece with two guitar players. I thought it would create a reinvention and a bigger sound, and able to show some of our fans my guitar prowess and what I wrote, and you know, as far as playing guitar and, you know, playing some of those leads and reinventing different stuff, and it ended up working. So
you feel more comfortable with the guitar and the mic now?
Yeah, I feel comfortable at both, but you know, I really enjoy playing guitar and singing, and doing double duty, because it really adds a little bit of what people didn't get to see with me just as a front man with the blonde hair running around flying off of drum risers and you know, doing a bunch of crazy stuff and being that, you know, that person where I can still be that person, but I'm able to add something and be a part of a player in the band also. A lot of lead singers, you know, they don't have that other thing, so they're just lead singers, you know, and then you get to think, oh well, he has LSD. It's like, I hate that terminology. It's like I'm a real musician cat.
You're a writer.
I play piano.
Player,
I'm a writer.
Musician.
I think I can play drums. You know, I can play very minimal, but I can play. But I'm that, you know.
You play bass.
I'm a writer.
You play guitar.
Yes. So that's where that came up, and I really love the guys that I'm playing with, because they are the essence of the spirit of BulletBoys. Sean Duncan has worked his whole career, comes from a big Los Angeles-based band, Odin, back in the day, that never really got to achieve their comeuppance and their brilliance, you know. And I've been wanting to play with them forever. Excuse me. So that opportunity came, and I was asking my girlfriend, I said, you know, do you think Sean Duncan would be open to maybe coming and playing with me, because he's just a wrecking machine, he'd be great. She goes, I don't know, he's more of a metal drummer, I don't know if he'd. So I said, no, let's call him and ask him. So gave him a call. He said, oh dude, I'd love to. It's like, oh cool. So before we even started playing, we started talking and just rapping and everything else, and that worked out. And then, you know, Chad, the bass player, C-Mac, you know, he's like, man, you know, he'd be perfect. I think we'd be a wrecking machine together. So we ended up getting some rehearsals, sounded great. And then we did the summer tour, and it was this last summer, everything worked out great. We were just killing it every night, just blowing all the bands basically off, because that's what we wanted to do out there. So, and you know, we went in, came back in and finished the record, and we're just at that point where Chad, C-Mac, he wasn't able to do some things, and he has, a lot of these guys have jobs, so instead of having him, you know, being able to leave his job, you know, Sean goes, how about Aaron? And I said, oh my gosh, yeah! So Aaron came out and he did the winter tour with us, our BulletBoys Xmas tour, and we just had such a great time, and he's such a amazing and prolific bass player, and such a great guy up in the head, and so funny, and well, all we did was laugh. So it's like, man, this is a no-brainer.
It's got to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's not brain surgery. It's not construction, you know?
You got that rhythm section that is just like...
Those guys grew up together.
It's insane. It's insane to hear, you know, and go like, wow, this sounds... It's a real high level, and these guys are, you know, great players and great guys, and this band sounds amazing. So that's where we're at now, and we're able to all do this record and come up with something that I feel is at a really different level musically than what a lot of bands from my genre are doing right now. I think it's going to be a nice kick in the butt to some of these guys that are a little bit mundane about their writing. I really disagree with that. I think that a lot of these bands from my time, from our genre, I get really disappointed because no one's really trying to do something special new musically. They're trying to live off their old laurels, and hey, I get it. No disrespect to that, I get that, but why can't we do something else? I mean,
Just because you have a past doesn't mean you don't have a future.
I never sold the records of Def Leppard, but why can't we hear new music from Def Leppard?
Yeah.
The only person that I've seen from my particular genre that has put out new music and has really tried to do this for his fans, and to do something, and put out great music also, like a great tune, is John Bon Jovi. It's My Life. I mean, it's a great song, man.
Yeah.
It's like, when I hear it, I crank it. I mean, I'm like, I don't care what anybody thinks. This is a great song. Here's a cat that did something special for his fans and said, I know you love the old music, but I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to do something really special for you.
Can't stop.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right here with Elefante.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what happened in your past. If you're constantly looking in the rearview mirror, you're never going to see the blessings that God has in front of you. And if you don't try to grab those blessings and really try to do something special, not for yourself, but out of yourself, for other people, for the rock and roll community, for your fans, my friends, my family, and fans, they're all one. They're all family to me. Yeah. So I want to put something out that my friend Vinnie Paul will call me up and go, Mark, I love what I'm just hearing right now. Congratulations. Thank you for doing it. I love your voice. Thank you. Those cats that are putting out new music, and Hell Yeah, and you know, all these cats that are doing stuff. And, Jason Hook, who for all intents and purposes, we discovered that played in the BulletBoys. That we did the Sophie record. I'm so proud of that guy. He's gone on and Five Finger Death Punch, this incredible band, and they're doing great. I got a chance to see them, perform. Just amazing. He's such a great person. And you got a guy like DJ Ashba, who we also discovered, who came in and played with us, and we got a chance to help, and it went on and didn't stop.
Yeah,
had a vision of what he was doing, and now look at him. It's just like
Guns N' Roses and Nikki Sixx's choice to be in his new band,
because he's a great guy.
Yeah,
and he has a huge heart, and he tries to do things, and he's just one of those cats. And you look at the guys that were in my band, and you go like, well, my thing is, what have you done lately? What are you writing? What are you doing on a humanitarian level? I mean, I have my faults. I'm not the perfect specimen, and I don't think anybody is. But as far as a human being is concerned, one of my big new things that I'm supporting is Dr. Doghouse, which is a bully crew rescue.
Awesome.
Which rescues pit bulls and companies. Let me go to the back. You got to get the back because I got to really push this right in here. Wow. I love this company, and I love what they're trying to do. To try to rescue these beautiful animals. I have 2 pit bulls, and they're the greatest dogs on the face of the earth to me. They're most lovingest. They were America's dog back in the day, and I think there's so many tragedies and ugly things that happen to these gorgeous and beautiful animals that it needs to stop. And people need to realize that these animals have so much love and heart, and they're just these gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful creatures that are on this planet, and that we have to learn that no more dog fighting, no more this, no more that. Stop talking nonsense about these dogs when you are not educated about this animal. Come and learn. Come, we had such a great, it was our first, how would you say it? Oh, I'm so sorry. Where they were able to come and have adoptions.
Better adoptions.
Was sponsoring this. My girl, she's has a company that she runs. It's called Color Me Mine. And right next to her places in Studio City, we had this really amazing thing at the farmer's market. Well, all these people were coming in, and children, and petting the dogs and holding them, and it's just like so heartwarming to see this. And I was like, wow, this is cool, and anything that I can do on a little tiny level to bring some type of awareness, I'm all about it.
Yeah, no, so, it's a beautiful planet, man, with good people and animals and nature. It's the way it's meant to be.
We're a big.
Tell us about the name of the album, how that came about.
The name of the album is entitled Elefante, and I am dedicating this record to my father, Joseph Marq Torein, who loves all elephants and is a big sponsor for the travesties and the ugliness that are happening to these beautiful creatures also. So I wanted to do something where he loved, and that I could pay him homage as my father and my mother, and calling this record Elefante as a big thank you for doing and being there for me, all these years, and being my biggest cheerleader, being my biggest musician that I revere and that I look up to as far as a writer. My father is, charts everything out, and has done all those things. I could never do what he does, so
Yeah.
it's a thing for Elefante. This is for you, Dad, and it's also for every single Bullet Boys fan around the planet, period. I did this record, and we put this record together for you. This is for you. It's out of love, and I greatly appreciate my audience that has been there for me, and has also been there for me through a lot of bad things that I've been through in my life, but also been there for the good things. That we wanted to put something very special together for our genre of fans of Bullet Boys. And I'm really hoping that that they're going to be really excited about this record, that they can put this record in and they can play it during summertime. I really believe it's a summertime record. You're going to want to pop the top down.
Yeah.
You're going to want to crank it. I just played you a couple tunes. I don't think I'm embellishing on it.
I just heard Rollover and Tsunami, and it's as good as anybody out there. And I know Ryan Green and Matt Thorne, you got a hell of a team.
Ryan Green, Matt Thorne.
Sonically, it stands up with everybody. So
oh, thank you,
yeah,
Jay.
we're so excited to see it live.
Thank you, man.
And all that you've seen, all that you've been through, Mark, what advice do you give to those young players, the young writers, the guy in a bedroom right now with his hairbrush, wanting to be, a rock star? I mean, what do they need to concentrate on? Because like we said, it's all about the songs, and you need to find your own unique sound. But what do you tell them as far as the perseverance, learning the business?
Concentrate on not listening to anybody but your heart and your inside you.
Yeah.
Don't listen to anybody. People these days try to take away your dreams. Don't let people take away your dreams. Know that if you really believe inside that you are talented and you do have the IT, which is the it factor. The it factor is really important in this business in this day and age, because there's so many people out there now, and to have the it factor to me is having that ability to musically to walk into some place. It doesn't matter even if there's 5 people, but for somebody to stop and go and turn around and listen. That's the biggest thing now, is to get somebody to actually listen.
Yeah.
Don't listen to anybody, follow your heart. Surround yourself with people that don't speak in ifs, but speak in whens. Do not speak in ifs. If you speak in ifs, it will never happen. Always speak in whens. And work really hard at creating the song. That means when you write it, don't be afraid to take it apart. Put it back together again. Take it apart. Put it back together again. Take it apart and put it back together again. That's what I've been taught by some of the great writers. Don't ever be afraid to do that, because when you do that, eventually it becomes this thing that, wow, I can't do anything more to it. I've done it all. So don't be consumed with money. Money is not and is the root of all evil.
It's not a goal, but a byproduct.
Be consumed with your faith and your strength. Be consumed with your family. Be consumed with your children. Be consumed with day-to-day life of just living and enjoying and waking up, even if it's freezing and there's snow outside, or if there's sunny, or if it's raining, just that you have another day on the planet to do something special. as a musician and as an artist. Always be a musician and an artist. And never kowtow down to anybody. Have the spirit of Billy Joel. Don't take any shit from anybody, especially in this business. Be a gentleman. Be a naughty gentleman. Be a person of goodwill. I made a lot of mistakes in my past by sometimes being a little bit too aggressive, or saying things that that would come flying out of my mouth because I was young and couldn't pull them back in again. And so that's going to happen. So don't be afraid that when that does happen, it happens. And this is it. Rock and roll, Jay, is not perfect. Rock and roll should have peaks and valleys. It should be eclectic. It shouldn't be perfect. That's the problem. Too many people are trying to make it so perfect. Let it have those little mistakes.
Right.
That's what makes it rock and roll.
It's not meant to be precise.
No,
it's real.
Look at some of the great artists of the now.
Yeah.
Follow in their footsteps of the things that they're trying to do. Constantly pushing, hedging, writing great music. Just writing great. We need great songs and great artists that write great songs.
Yeah.
That's long lasting. I'm so blessed that Smooth Up, you can walk into any strip bar, you can walk into any place around the country that I have, go to a jukebox, there's Smooth Up. There's Money. There's Road to Nowhere off of 10 Cent Billionaire. I'm going like, in the middle of nowhere? I'm in the middle of nowhere? Are you kidding me? This is great. That's what you want. You want the music to be long lasting. You want to have a long career, and hopefully, because don't get into this just for the for the time being. Get into it for the long haul. Some of these guys that are of the now, and I'd like to see them 10 years from now, right, Jay? See what kind of followings they have then.
Yeah.
Of the now, one of my biggest favorites, I don't care what anybody has to say, Taylor Swift. Wins, writes her stuff, great gal.
Doing it her way.
Doing it her way, man. You can't fault that. This gorgeous gal writing these great songs where the whole world can sing these songs. Big Heart, Real is helping other artists. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I was just explaining to you the other day, I went out to do this thing, and I won't mention any names, but you get some of these guys that they think they have these huge egos, and I don't care about any of that anymore. It's that we're in 2015, no one cares.
Yeah, it's about great songs and the heart and how you can make this a better planet.
Yes, Jay. And how we can just be better people, We're all at fault, but at some point you got to go, man, what can I do for that instead of doing for this, right? It's like, that's where I'm at. Right now I'm in my life. It's not about me. It's about all the other people around me. It's not about ME. It's about US, us. So that's where I'm at right now, and I'm going to try to do as many interviews and to talk about things. And I know my band, this little band called BulletBoys, has never achieved what a lot of other bands have achieved, but I'm humbled for the fact that I'm still doing what I do, and I'm able to have people come and see our band and be ingratiated to new music and be excited about it, and that we're coming out with Elefante, and it's all good, and at the end of the day, if you can turn one ear around and they're listening to your music, just that one person, that's extremely important, really important. So hopefully I answered that question without steering too far from it,
That is a perfect way to end it.
Awesome.
Marq, thank you so much.
Jay, thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate you having me here and letting me talk a little bit about my band. And for everybody out there that's going to be seeing this, I have nothing but love and love everybody. And please come out to see us. I don't have a release date yet for it, but it's going to be coming out here in the next couple months. They're going to be putting out a press release, and it will all be said then. So.
Well, we look forward to supporting it. It's really great music.
Thank you. I really need to support you guys out there. Whatever you can do, hit me up everywhere. And whatever you need to hit me up. And, we're going to be planning a really great, hopefully a really great summer tour,
Yeah.
so we can get out there and work this thing, and you'll be hearing us on radio, and we're going to try to go out this one. We're trying to get something special out of this. Hopefully a single that does extremely well.
Well, you definitely deserve it.
We're going to work hard at it. Let's see what happens, you know? Hey, we're in the United States of America, right? Dreams still happen.
Land of opportunities.
Anything can happen.
Yeah. Thanks, Mark.
Anytime. Thank you.